take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wasn't traded to be white, now that's alright. I got the bad and birth, the devil's redefining work. No, I don't break a fold, I need and base the dough and recreate the flow. They think they making know what they forsake is so essential. Fundamentals get your issue, guess who's on this instrumental with you? Gives a damn if we was family, view unread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the tam like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shots at David Bucklewitz. Pushy. A different discipline existed than this New York State of mind. They say it's not no, not the actor, but the year he's ever not one thing in mind. Took pride until this gavel turned his words to mirth from Babel. Frontline 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on guy bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you dodging for the enemy, but look, my father ain't have a father, cause the dope I'm anti-politics. Cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relate. Believe to get stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vested dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God.
Yeah. Hey yo, my regiment is wake up in the morning pissing excellence. If you fucking with me, then you must be on that mescaline. Every track is evidence, it's evident. All these rappers are relevant. Kill them all and never show no sentiment. Man, touch the microphone for Proponent, show me the Benjamins. Only politicians that useless, a dead president. Cash rules everything around me, get the Entenmann's. And I'm charging you double if you're an Eminem or Kevin Fiddleman. It's for my son's benefit, so every track is eminent. Been witness to this testament. Round here, I'm working harder than a bunch of Mexicans. First mixtape, and I'm sounding like a veteran. Even feeling like they were drawing straight off of heroin. Greatest of all time, there ain't many that's better than. We won't lie, them kids from the lost tribe. Dawood Cottons, I reppin' for the most high.
Two bomb atomically, rap's anomaly. I'm a prodigy of prophecies, theories and philosophies. I gotta be the only man alive with these qualities. And I don't wanna brag, I want my people out of poverty. So burn down Sodom and all its wicked societies. I'm friends from the white man's democracies and policies. Economies and colonies, monopolies, apologies. Fuck it, free from the white man entirely. I'm diabolical from my follicles to my molecules, unstoppable. Got all my enemies in my optical, methodical. The way I'm eliminating these obstacles, this is what I gotta do. Never has it been optional. My words are weapon, you other rappers is kinda hype. But I'm the type to grab the mic and turn it into dynamite. And smite any rapper that be biting like a parasite. If I don't get you now, then I visit you in the afterlife. Shut the fuck up.
Come on a little louder.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody in together now.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
What's that I ain't hear you?
Just shut the fuck up.
Come on a little louder.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody in together now.
Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Alright, Shalom. This is ISUPK Reservations class, man, coming to you live again. Man, a lot of things have been going on since last time we talked. And we got something real big and heavy to talk about. One thing I want to touch on is the Cherokee Nation, you understand, disowning a lot of their black brothers, man, and sisters. That's something very important we need to touch on. We're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on the Navajo Nation, how they said reports are coming in that the Navajo Nation is facing more deaths from the coronavirus than more than about 8, I believe they said 8 states combined, 13 states around that. Man, it just what's going on to the North American Indian here in America is a changing of the tide. And what you must realize is this is a step of you coming into the truth. Like it takes fear to bring some people in. Some people they don't gotta be feared, but for a lot of our nation, the scripture says this about the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, aka the Israelites, according to the Bible. It says that we are a hard-headed people. You understand? It says that we're a hard-headed people, and it takes a lot for us to learn, and that's very true. You look at blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians walking up and down the street, man, every day. We are hard-headed people. It takes for a lot for us to understand what's going on in this world today, and it takes a lot of death and punishment and destruction for us to realize what's going on around us. So I'm gonna open the board up for any questions. In case anyone got any questions, I'll get to them in a bit. I definitely want to talk about this article, man, because it's insane that out here in 2020 that the North American Indian can't realize that black people and Hispanics are their family. You understand? It's something. It's a debate we shouldn't even have to argue about no more. You understand? It's a discussion that shouldn't even be on the table no more. We should look, as North American Indians, we should look at blacks and Hispanics and see what they've gone through and see what we've gone through and just accept them, man. You understand? No people have been hated like the North American Indian and the blacks and the Hispanics have been hated. And all of us have gone through it together. When the North American Indian was being colonized and being murdered and shipped onto Spain and Italy and England and onto Europe, guess what they were shipping as well? They were shipping the so-called African Americans, the Negroes, over here to America and enslaving them and murdering them and colonizing them, man. That's what we don't realize. We, as North American Indians, we have more in common with black people and Hispanics than we realize. You want to know why? Because this is what we've been trained to since our time here in America. And it's a form of colonization and we don't even realize that it's on our mind. And that's the fact that a lot of us have hatred towards our black brothers, for whatever reason it might be. You know, we have a lot of hatred and we have a lot of spite, or we just don't want to join with them, you know what I mean? And we won't accept their courtesy. And same with black people. A lot of black people got done a lot of wrong things to North American Indians. A lot of people will bring up the Buffalo Soldiers. And if you ask a black person why I don't like the Native American Indians, they're going to bring up Native Americans were bounty hunters for slave owners, you understand? And they're going to touch on all those points. But what we got to realize at the end of the day, it's an old tactic called divide and conquer. It's a tactic for our oppressor to divide a conquered people, you understand? You ain't going to be able to control a people unless you, that's what divide and conquer means. It means you divide a people that you're oppressing and then you're able to conquer them. You're able to take them over. And the reason why I talk about this is because a lot of people don't even know that the Cherokee Nation, the reason why so many black people can claim Cherokee and Navajo and all these different Native American Indian tribes, because during slavery, the North American Indians gave refuge to black people. The Cherokee Nation is famous amongst all tribes for laying black people into their tribes. You understand? And they're famous for it, man. They're absolutely, like, you read this book right here I got, which we're going to go into today, called Black Indians, right? See if y'all can see that. Black Indians. This book right here, man, talks about, the reason it's called Black Indians is talk about the relations between blacks and North American Indians and Hispanics that we had before colonization and before our European oppressors made us fight against one another, man. So I was reading the report, right, for the stupidest reason, because let me just say this first. Let me get the obvious thing out the way. There is a lot of black people out there, so-called Negroes, that claim, I don't want to say a lot, but there's a few amount that claim that every North American Indian that isn't of Negro descent isn't native, isn't a full-blooded native. I'm getting this out the way now just so I don't got questions about it later. If you believe in that, you a damn idiot, man. Okay? I don't care how light, how dark, what kind of hair texture you got. I don't give a damn about none of that. Your complexion, I don't give a damn about none of that. You know what I give a damn about? What's your bloodline, man? What's your bloodline? Who's your father? That's what we worry about here. We don't worry about going off skin complexion like the damn oppressor taught us. Saying like, oh man, nah, he too light. Oh no, he got orange hair. He ain't one of us. Or if you too dark. If you Wesley Snipes black, but you can prove that your father, great grandfather is a North American Indian, you with me, man. Or hell, not even that. If you just black, you my family. Straight like that. Or if you're a Hispanic, same goes to you. But you see, thanks to colonization, and thanks to our oppressors having control of our mind here when we came into the States, and white supremacy being all up inside us, they taught us complexion. They taught us to battle over light and dark skin. Why are you thinking it's very popular amongst Native Americans, black people, and Hispanics to argue about which side is better? Black, if you're a dark skinned Native, you're more Native. If you're a light skinned Native, you're more Native. That's not how it works, man. It should go through according to your bloodline, according to where you descend from, and according to science, and according to everything in general. And if you just have some sort of knowledge, you would understand that the seed, just like you plant a seed of a flower into the ground, the seed of the man is what that child's gonna be. So if you're a white man, an oppressor, you're an oppressor, and you have sex with a Native woman, guess what that baby's gonna come out to be? An oppressor. If you're a black man and you lay down with a Native sister, it's gonna be a black baby. You know what I mean? He may come out looking Native, but if your father is a black man, you a black man. Your father is a Native American, you a Native American. If your father is a Mexican, you a Mexican, and so on and so forth. What we gotta realize is this, man, that it's a tool here in America to divide blacks and Hispanics, to divide the North American Indian, especially the North American Indian, because they've done such a good job at it already. They've thrown us on reservations and closed us off from the rest of society, so we can't see what they're doing to the rest of our family. You understand? Like, you gotta see what's going on with the Hispanics, what's going on with black people, coincides just like that with what happened in Native American history and what's still happening to this day, man. That's why and the big reason that we don't want to join the blacks and Hispanics is the reason that a lot of us are dying of COVID-19. COVID-19, if you don't know already, you go look at the class history. We taught this a while back, you know. The COVID-19 is here to destroy our enemies, to destroy America. You understand that? To let the death angel walk around and bring judgment on this place. But here's the thing. It's also going to bring judgment on wicked natives, man. On wicked niggas, on wicked Hispanics. If you not doing right, you getting high, you drug dealing, you sleeping with another man's wife, you got a high chance of catching the coronavirus. I'm telling you right now. That's what the coronavirus is here for. Here in the ISUPK, we got the remedy for it, though. We got the cure. It don't matter how many masks you wear. Looking like a damn idiot. I see all these damn people walking up and down the street with a mask at their chin, smoking a blunt. It's not going to do nothing for you, man. CDC told you smoking leads to getting a better chance of you getting the coronavirus. But you see, man, we're so simple here in America, and we've been beaten down so long, we don't even understand what we're facing in this place. But you know, we're going to touch on that. What do I want first? We're going to go into Black Indians. We're going to Black Indians, and I'm going to read about the Maroon settlements, man, because a lot of people don't understand this. When Christopher Columbus came here, he came here to enslave the North American Indians. You can find that in this book as well. When he came here, he enslaved the Taino Indians out there in Puerto Rico, you understand? And he shipped them off into Spain. And that started the transatlantic slave trade. And he started getting more native tribes shipped off into Europe. You can read all throughout history how the Europeans were shipping North American Indians across the Atlantic into Europe. And that idea was so good, they was like, we might as well do it to these Negroes. And that's how black people got over here in America, the real Jews, according to the Bible. You understand? And the way they divided us from joining is an evil thing, because I'm gonna just get into it. Because once I read this to you, It's gonna blow your mind. This is the Maroon settlements. This is Black Indians, page 38, the Maroon settlements. From the time of Columbus, the gravest threat to European domination of the Western Hemisphere came from outlaw communities of former slaves. These Maroon colonies, as they were called, were considered a knife poised at the throat of the slave system. Some fearful Europeans saw them as a sword pressed against the entire colonial system in the Americas, and they had a point. Men and women, Maroons, saw their settlements as the fulfillment of an American dream, a sheltered home and freedom. They were a place for families to educate their young, develop their agriculture and trade, practice religion, justice, and government. As outlaw communities, they operated in remote, difficult to find and hard to defeat locations. Maroons considered each day of survival a small miracle, and were thankful for each new dawn as a free man. It's like for each new day, it's like each new dawn. I was right. Each new dawn as free men and women. Now, you gotta ask yourself, why were these places deemed as outlawed? Why were they deemed as an outlaw community? You wanna know why? Because North American Indians and black people were never meant to join together. Blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians, once you rise up together, man, we think all we gotta do is rise up. Why don't you join together? Once black and brown unite as one, we in the game. And not only unite as one, but unite in truth. You understand? I'm not trying to fall together under some false religion, under some false organization, under some false banner. I'm telling you to join under the only place that the Lord wants you to join in, and that's in the ISUPK. Since 1969, we've been trying to join the North American Indian, the Hispanic, and black man together, man, because we realize just like they tried stopping us back then, they're gonna stop us nowadays. They're gonna stop us nowadays and try to push so much news out to divide us and put so much false information on the airwaves and in the media that we would never want to join together as one. Let's continue. Some colonies were begun by a single African, so-called African, or an Indian, so-called Indian, and others were the result of several or many slaves fleeing together. The history of the Saramacca people of Sarim in South America started around 1685 when African and native slaves escaped and together formed a Maroon society. You heard that, man? So-called African and native slaves. You know what that means? In South America, they were enslaved. The Hispanic people of South America were enslaved. The Native Americans, the North American Indians were enslaved. The Puerto Ricans, the Cubans were enslaved. There's a common misconception that the North American Indians never went through slavery or a slave trade. We just prove it here in this book that the North American Indians and the Hispanic tribes of America, they went into slavery, man. A lot of them went into slavery here, like the story of the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans. A lot of them were enslaved here in their own land, a God-given land that they was given. But a lot of them was taken into Europe. You understand? We're going to touch into that as well. Let's continue. Lock you. Leave that right there. And native slaves escaped and together formed a Maroon society. For 8 generations, Dutch armed forces tried to crush their community. But today it is alive and boasts 20,000 members. For the Saramaccans, liberty came in 1761 when Europeans abandoned their wars and sued for peace. From their first day, Maroon colonies faced enormous problems. They had to quickly find a safe location, plan a defense, feed and clothe their people, and plan the life of a stable community. Women were usually in short supply, and many Maroon raids sought to bring back African or Native Indian wives. Man, you want to know right there? What this book talks about as well, and that brings me to another point, is that North American Indians, is that you rode on slave plantations, you understand? To free your black brothers. That you knew back then, before colonization and before our oppressor wiped our mind away, that black people were your family. They knew that they was your family, you knew that they were your blood relative. So you stormed the slave plantation. Now I want to show you this picture right here. It says this is an early French print of America, shows Native Americans and Africans dancing together, a universal symbol of peace. Can you see that right there? See that right there? It's the North American Indians, man, and black people united. That's what fears them the most. That's what America is terrified of. That's what America is scared of, is that the North American Indians, the people that have been enslaved for 500 years in this place, beaten down, join with black people. That terrifies them, especially if it's under true leadership. You want to know why the Cherokee Nation right now and the Navajo Nation, well, let me touch on the Cherokees. You want to know why the Cherokees are kicking out black people from joining onto their tribes? Because of their leadership. They won't tell you none of this happened. They won't tell you that North American Indians and Hispanics accepted black people into their settlements, called maroon settlements. They won't tell you none of that. They won't tell you that the Cherokee Nation bought slaves and made them citizens and mingled them amongst their tribes. You know what that means? They had sex with their women, and they let black men have sex with their women. You know what that means? Is that there's some black natives out there. That there's some natives out there that look like niggas, that got afros, that's dark skinned. They'll never tell you that. They'll tell you a real Native American gotta be red or dark, and never that dark, man. Let me get this door real quick. Sorry about that. What was I? All right, back to what I was saying. So what y'all gotta realize is this: that the leaders you have is the reason why the North American Indian nations are failing. You understand? First of all, you gotta realize this: the reason we even have these nations and these governments, the reason why they don't work, is because you have petty. What's the word I'm looking for? You got a weak system, man. The people that you claim to be your leaders and claim to be working for you are actually in the pockets of our oppressors. They're in the pockets of Donald Trump. They're in the pockets of all these people that have beaten us down and made war with us for centuries. That's why that tribe out there in Massachusetts just got 300 acres of their land revoked. These settlements, these reservations, you want to know what a reservation is? Reserved land that the government gives you. That's a government land. You're basically living on what's that called? What's it called, Mariah, when you living on free land? I can't remember what it's called. You know what I'm talking about, right? God damn, it'll come back to me. Damn. It's on the tip of my tongue. All right, whatever. But reserved land. You understand? That's the point I'm trying to make for you. It's land that the government is allowing you to live on. You know how evil that is? All of this is Native American land. Right. All of this, North American Indians and black people have all the right to walk up and down it. But yet you get gunned down. You get killed on the reservation. Your daughters get stolen. Yeah, you can't even leave your reservation without getting threatened to be murdered and killed, man, by racist white supremacy. Don't you see how they treat you in America is the same way they treat your black brothers? But yeah, you got simple Native Americans talking about little Uncle Tomahawks, talking about some what Negroes ain't my brothers. No black man's my brother. Like idiot, man, like simpletons. Scripture said this: gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. We're gonna get to that soon. We're gonna continue in this book, Black Indians, man, which is one of my favorite books. You wanna know why? Because it talks about when natives really had a backbone and a love for their brother. That's what it talks about. It talks about when they had the knowledge and could see through the white lies. I'm gonna show you what happened. Why nowadays here in America, we aren't joining that one family. I'm gonna show you why that we're divided and conquered as a people. We're gonna go page 13. Y'all got this book, man. Turn it with me, man. I'm gonna give y'all some milk and honey right here. This is some deep knowledge. I should charge y'all for this, and I'm playing. Let me stop. It's all free, man. The words of Christ, man. Freely you have received, freely give. We're gonna go page 13. Start paragraph 2. Yeah, paragraph 2. It says, to prevent Africans and Native Americans from uniting, Europeans played skillfully on racial differences and ethnic rivalries. Meaning, imagine there was some small dispute between the Negro and the Native American, right? Let's say there was some what's the word I'm looking for? Like some like land dispute, you know what I mean? Or we're arguing over this, you know, the smallest thing. You know niggas, man. Niggas love to argue. North American Indians, man, y'all ain't nothing but native niggas. Negroes are nothing but niggas. Y'all know y'all love to argue. Y'all be right there and back and forth. So let's say a European saw this. What they would do is they would encourage it. One would get behind a black man, one would get behind a Native American. Be like, man, I don't let him talk to you like that. Man, no, man, you're right. You're right. He's wrong. And the other will go to the Native and be like, man, he's wrong. You're right. Deal with this, man. You see in the next part, it says, they kept the pot of animosity boiling. Animosity is like hatred. You understand? That's why the Cherokee Nation just kicked out a bunch of members that were joined because they were black, and excluded a lot of members and a lot of tribal members because they were black. Because our oppressor keeps the pot of animosity boiling to this day. To this day. That's why you got black people that are racist to North American Indians. That way you got some Native Americans that are racist to black people. You don't know no better. Because you're following the ways of your oppressor. Because the oppressor is your daddy. Yeah, that's your daddy. You racist toward black brother, man, the oppressor is your daddy. You racist, if you're a black man and you racist toward North American Indian, your oppressor is your daddy. You're colonized. You're colonized, and you probably want to sleep with every white woman you see. You probably voted for Donald Trump. Right. I'm telling you like that. I don't vote, man, but you voted and you voted for Donald Trump. That's a double L. How you gonna vote and then vote for Donald Trump? You know what I mean? Let's continue. Whites turned Indians into slave hunters and slave owners. This is what we're talking about, man. That's what we were just talking about. How some black people, they got beef with Native Americans. They'll be like, oh, well, Native Americans never loved us. Native Americans, they never went out for us. You want to know why? Because they did. We as red with the maroon settlements and all that in the 17 and 1600s and early 1800s, how we were joined together. But into the Civil War, when slavery started reaching its peak, guess what? They knew they had to divide the North American Indians and black people, or it would be a large problem. So you know what they did? They turned the Native Indians into slave hunters. They turned them into what you would see. What movie was that? I believe it was the Harriet Tubman movie. I believe the Harriet Tubman movie. It had a Native American brother hunting slaves. Why they put that on there? So black people can be there in the movie theater like, damn, Native Americans enslaved us? Right. Native Americans are, they don't love us. You know what I mean? So when the time comes and says, oh, we must join together as a people, black people are there like, man, North American Indians enslaved us. I saw it in the Harriet Tubman movie, bro. You know what I mean? That's how niggas be. Man, I saw it in the movie, man. You can't fool me. Let's continue. And it said that Africans into Indian fighters, light-skinned Indian fighters, that's also Buffalo Soldiers. You understand? After the Civil War, blacks were allowed into the U.S. cavalry and into their military. So when that time came, they made them into Buffalo Soldiers and made them go on raids towards the North American Indians. You want to know why? Because black people were seen as brutes. Right. Why? Okay. Black people were seen as brutes and beasts, and what's the word? Like they could be lost. Like they don't care if a black man dies. So they would send the Buffalo Soldiers in to wipe out the settlement or wipe out the reservation or wipe out whatever land the natives were on, and then the white cavalry would come in. Then the rest of the officers would come in. You understand? But the reason why there was Buffalo Soldiers, the reason why there was Native American bounty hunters is because our oppressor put his dirty grubs on us and divided us as a people.
Right.
And we're still divided to this day. You shouldn't have no problem if a black man claims to be a North American Indian. Now, if he's saying he's a true North American Indian and you're a fake one, I can completely understand that. I'm with you 100%. But if he says, I got a North American Indian grandfather, my bad. If he says he got Native American grandfather, you understand? He's your brother.
Right.
Hell, if he got a black grandfather, he's still your brother. You want to know why? Because our lineage comes from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which made 12 sons, which are the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. You go read this book, Lost Tribes in Promised Land, or hell, even black Indians. The reason they were joining in the first place, because they knew they were the lost tribes, man. How were they able to communicate with one another if they were so-called Africans? They were straight off the slave boat Africans. How were they able to communicate with one another? What was that? That click-clock talk, man. That's how they were talking to North American Indians. And North American Indians were just over here like, man, I don't know what he's saying. Man.
Right.
Because they knew Hebrew. They both knew Hebrew. You can find ancient Hebrew stones all across America. That the black people, when they came here on slave ships, the documents said that their last names were the name of tribes, like of Judah, Levi, Benjamin.
Right.
They had Hebrew names on the slave ships. That don't tell you something, man. I don't know what will. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, what I'm trying to make the point is, at the end of the day, is this. Your oppressor has divided you. And it's time to join together once again as one people. We're going to drop that. If you could, Mariah, grab me Psalms 83, verse 1. We're going to start there. Actually, yeah, let's start there. All right, we're going to drop that. And, wait, there ain't more on that. Oh, wait, no, yeah, let's continue. Light-skinned Africans were pitted against dark-skinned, free against enslaved. Black Indians against pure Africans or pure Indians, man. That's what happened with the Cherokee Nation. The Cherokee Nation pitted brother against brother.
Right.
Their leaders. Not the nation as a whole. Not all my brothers out there that are Cherokee. I'm not saying you like this. But your leaders, the leaders, your councilmen, your tribal leaders, they divided you from your brothers. They pitted black Indians against pure Indians. So-called pure Indians, of course. Because, of course, we all know in the ISUPK, there's no such thing as mixed.
Right.
There's no such thing as mixed. You are what your father's bloodline is. Your father continues your bloodline. You understand? Your mother's the dirt. Let me give you all a little metaphor if I could. Your mother's the dirt. Your father's the seed. You're the flower.
Right.
You're the tree. You're what sprouts out from it. You understand? But what they did is evil and wicked, and is the reason why the ISUPK is needed to run every single reservation.
That's right.
From New York to New Mexico. You understand? And that's why Commanding General Yohana generals are the only leaders for North American Indians. You understand? For black people, for the Hispanics.
Right.
If we don't have true leadership, we'll end up fighting against one another again. You want to know why? Because the leaders of the Cherokee Nation and their tribal leaders, they're in the pocket of the white man. All of them. The Navajo Nation leaders. You want to know why so many of them are doing nothing of the coronavirus spread? They're watching their people die. They're in the pocket of our oppressors, man.
Right.
They're living good. Why can the rest of us? Navajo Nation, a lot of them don't even got running water out there, man. It's like Flint, Michigan times 10. It should show you, man, how evil and oppressive these people are. You got that scripture for me, bro?
Time.
Give me that scripture.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1.
Now, the reason I'm pointing this scripture as well is to show you not only is it in history, but it's also in the Bible. Now, the Bible is a historical book.
Right.
But I know, of course, a lot of people are simple and don't believe that. But I'm going to show you it also in the Bible. Go ahead, read it for me, bro.
Khan, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace.
Now, this is a prayer unto the Lord, saying this. Don't keep your peace, meaning act toward the way that our people are doing. You understand? This is a prayer unto the Lord to save us for salvation. You understand? That he may move his hand and send his angels to save us.
That's right.
That's what's going to happen in these last days. And this is what the prayer is talking about. And it's going to talk about all the wickedness that the nations have done, that now we're in our predicament, that now we need salvation. And now we need to be saved from the hands of our oppressors. We need to be saved from the hands of our oppressors. Okay, if not, I said it plenty of times. If Jesus Christ ain't coming back to save the North American Indians, ain't coming back to save black people, ain't coming back to save Hispanics, we are screwed.
That's right.
You understand? That's the only hope we got left. Because every nation, every leader, everyone that has tried to help the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have failed us. Except for the Israelite School of UPK that's been standing here since 1969. They're right for the Lord.
That's right.
And it's been standing even before. You understand? Since the time of Abba Bivens, since the time of his slave, of his slave family that taught him he was an Israelite.
Right.
Since the time of Paul and Peter that were called Niger out there in Rome, man. This is what you don't understand. This priesthood is just a continuation of the one you see in the Bible.
Right.
You see 1969 don't mean this priesthood started in 1969. I mean when this school was established.
That's right.
Officially established, man. Go ahead, give me that, Brian.
Kamakan, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Go ahead.
Verse 2, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
What tumult mean? See if you know where.
Tumult is like kind of like a agreement.
Yeah, it's an agreement. It's like a deal between one another.
Right.
Go ahead.
Kamakan, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Now, this is a metaphor, so to speak, but it's a good representation of how the other nations treat you. When the other nations see North American Indians, when they see the Hispanics, when they see black people, they're supposed to be like this.
Right.
Head bowed. You know, they said royalty coming, man.
Right.
Bow your head. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. You might lose your head, man. You look at them the wrong way. But now they've lifted up the head. They think they're better than you. They see a Native American, a black person walk by, and they be like, man, this motherfucker crawled out his reservation.
Right.
Disgusting. Damn savage. You know what I mean? They look at black people just like that too. Like, look at this super predator.
Right.
God, they said, look at this super predator. Oh, Lord forbid they see two of them walking together like me and Mariah Allah. They be there.
Right.
They be there like, damn, look, a savage and a nigga working together.
Right.
This something. We failed. Abort mission, goddammit.
That's right.
Come on, continue.
That's right. Kamakan, verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have what?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
What we just read in Black Indians, where it says that they pitted North American Indians against black Indians, or against black people against the North American Indians, that is proof that they've taken counsel against the Lord's people. You understand? They've taken counsel, meaning they've had a meeting saying, how are we going to destroy them?
Right.
You know, they sit together and they say, man, these North American Indians and these black people, they're making maroon settlements. They're uniting as one. They're eating together, giving each other wives.
That's right.
They're living a good, happy time, man. What can we do to destroy them? What can we do to stop them? You want to know why? Because when North American Indians and black people and Hispanics come together in the truth, key word, in the truth.
That's right.
Meaning not in your false religion, not in your false organization, not in your false Israelite group, but in the only one school that has been ordained by the Lord, you understand?
That's right.
This school has been standing since 1969 and it's never going to fall. You want to know why? Because the Lord's with this place, man.
That's right.
The Lord's with this place to save the North American Indian. To save it and save us from our destruction, man. Well, we're as Christ compared us, we're like following the blind into a pit. Christ came here to let us be able to see, man. Bring us back from the dead.
That's right.
You go see the reservations, you go see the ghettos, the barrios, where you don't realize that everybody in there is spiritually dead.
Right.
Just like I was just saying, right? I was walking up and down the street right now. I was driving actually.
Right.
And I saw a brother with his mask down, smoking a blunt.
Nice.
How you gonna have a mask, keep it at your chin, and then worst of all, you gonna be smoking a blunt?
Right.
Why you even wearing the mask then? It's obviously you don't care about dying. You smoking a blunt.
I don't want to come.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. North American Indians, black people, Hispanics, y'all don't care about dying.
Right.
Okay, if you did, you obviously wouldn't smoke. You know how many people die from smoking?
Right.
You know how many people die from drugs? But yeah, we number one in meth use here in America. We number one in heroin use. And we in North American Indians barely make up a fraction of the percentage of people living in America.
Right.
Continue.
Khan, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And what?
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against the hidden ones, meaning they made it. They've what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm saying, the council, right?
Right,
They have consulted against the hidden ones, meaning like they've come upon us. The hidden ones. Who is the hidden ones? The lost tribes of Israel, man.
Right.
You go read Lost Tribes in Promised Land, and it tells you that the lost 10 tribes, which is considered the northern kingdom of Israel, they came here to escape persecution. You can find that in 2nd Ezra in the Bible. 2nd Ezra is the church 13th chapter. And we came here to escape the Assyrians, man.
Right.
You understand? And that's why you can find in so many North American Indian artifacts, Hebrew writing. The Lost Lunar Stone, the Michigan Stone,
Right.
the Back Creek Stone. What else? What's the other one? There's one out there in Canada. I can't remember. Puerto Rico, they found like over like 300.
Right.
Over like 300 Hebrew stones. And it's not that Jewish crap you see.
Right.
It's actual ancient Hebrew like you see right here. This is Christ's name in Hebrew, Yahushua.
That's right.
Right here. You can find the Dawadah, which is this, what they call the so-called Star of David, which is actually David's name in the ancient Hebrew, his signature. You can find this here in America, man.
Right.
Find this here in America. But nah, we not Israelites, man. We just, we just always been here.
Right.
And we what else they say? Which were Asians, man. We came from what was it called? The land bridge.
Right.
We came from the land bridge, man. I ain't no damn Asian. I've said it 1,000 times. I'm gonna say it 1,000 times more. I'm not Asian. Mariah Allah ain't African.
Right.
They lied on us, man. That's what it's talking about. They consulted against us. They called me an Asian and said I came from some land bridge, and said Mariah Allah came from Africa. I'm a bat-eating Asian, and he's a booty-scratching African.
Right.
And now we'll never join together. Cause you know what? I'll be saying to myself, I'm an Asian. What I got to do joining with this damn African?
Right.
At the end of the day, when we really are Israelites,
That's right.
we all come from one nation. And me and Mariah Allah may look different.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it on with you. We look totally different. Not really. I mean, we look different. He a darker shade. He got woolly hair. But at the end of the day, what matters is bloodline.
That's right.
You could go look all through we are lined up people with North American Indian ancestry. We can find someone that looks just like Mariah Allah. I know there's one brother. I believe from the can't remember what nation he is. But he looked just like Mariah Allah. He got the same skin tone. He got hair like mine, but woolly hair like his. Like his hair is my length, but he got woolly hair like Mariah Allah's. What is he? Is he not native?
Right.
That my brother right there, man. I can't
right.
remember his brother's name. Salaki, he probably watching like, damn, he forgot my name. You know what I mean? But shout out to him, man.
That's right.
Continue.
Come, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And that's how they cut us off from being a nation, by dividing North American Indians, blacks, and Hispanics. By them dividing us, man, is how they conquer us in this land. By them saying to themselves, you know what, the North American Indians and black people and Hispanics joined together, that's a problem.
That's right.
That's why you ever seen that movie Blood In, Blood Out? Montana says to, he says to Miklo, he says, black and brown coming together. Now that's power.
That's right.
Because once we come together, you gotta realize this. Once the North American Indian puts our money into the black neighborhood, and the black neighborhood, and all the black neighborhoods put their money into the reservation, oh man, we in the game.
That's right.
We're making bank. And we don't go spend money off to our oppressors, man, we in the game.
That's right.
That's what happened back at Black Wall Street. And Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, guess what? It was blacks and Native Indians living together. That's the part I'm going to tell you. It was blacks and Native Indians working together to build up Tulsa, Oklahoma. And like the devil he is, our oppressor, he bombed it into desolation.
Right.
And divided us again. Any more on that, Mariah?
Come.
Good.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And now we don't know who we are. We don't know that we're the Israelites of antiquity. We don't know that the North American Indians are we're the Gadites or the Reubenites.
Right.
If you're a Seminole Indian, you're a Reubenite. I mean, you come from the tribe of Reuben. We don't know that. You know what I mean? We don't know that.
Right.
Or a black man, he thinks he's African American. He don't think he's a Judite or a Levite or a
Right.
Haitian. It's like Levites are the Haitians. That's what I meant. So like if you Haitian, you don't know that you're a Levite.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we don't know these things. Wanna know why? Because we've been divided in this place. Now the name of Israel no more in remembrance. Now we don't know that we're the Israelites. Let's drop that. Give me Proverbs 1 and 22. How much time we got? We got an hour. Most High Christ. I got a lot of scriptures, man. I came prepared today. I'm prepared all the time, but I came extra prepared today, man.
Christ.
I ain't go slave. I said, man, I ain't coming today. I said, y'all take call someone else. You know what I mean? Man, but the point of the story is this: North American Indians, blacks, and Hispanics, you have to join together.
Right.
It's an order. We're gonna get into that as well. They don't think we got the scriptures, right? They think we just be talking. I got the evidence. I got the historical proof. I got the biblical proof. What do you want? What else you want, man?
Right.
Give me what else? What else is it? Why I asked you to grab?
Proverbs 1 and 22.
Yeah, give me that.
Khan, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones?
How what?
How long, ye simple ones?
North American Indians, black people, Hispanics. If you're hating your brother, man, if you're hating your brother, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, and you're a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, or child, you got a problem. You're simple. You understand? You're simple. If you got beef with another brother or sister, man, for no reason whatsoever, just because you think y'all different, like, I know plenty of people. Now, I tell them, like, for example, North American Indians, I'll tell a native brother, you know, black people are our family. And they be like,
Right.
man, black people ain't our family, man. You crazy. Tripping. I'm like, well, why is that, man? I remember this one time in the 4th grade, this black dude called me a savage. I was like, well, I'm sorry, that's sad. You know, you shouldn't have done that. And then I'll tell the same thing to a black person. They'd be like, man, North American Indian, man, natives are just as racist as the black people. I'm
Right.
like, man, because we don't know no better.
That's right.
Because we're simple. That's the problem. We're simple. We're simple people. You understand? We don't like to think outside the box. Like this all right here, all this information we got, it's outside the box.
Right.
It's outside of what you've been taught here in America. So it's scary. It's scary to someone that is unlearned, to someone that hasn't been taught properly. Continue.
Khan. You love simplicity.
How long will you simple ones love simplicity? Now, here's the thing. I'm breaking it down for you. I'm giving you like a blueprint. The ISUPK, man, we giving you a blueprint
That's right.
on how to unite as one people and the history that connects us. Now, if you sit here and continue to love your simplicity and be like, man, after this class, and then be like, man, I don't care. Black people ain't my family.
Right.
You know, I'm still not gonna love no black man. And if you're a black man watching this talking about something, I still ain't gonna love no Native American. You're simple. How long will you continue to love your simplicity? How long will you love being simple? How long will you love being idiotic and moronic and thinking that you can't join to this? Like, you gotta realize this. We've suffered the same way. We've both been through slavery. They both
right.
stole our children.
Right.
They both stole our culture. And you know what? It's been about around the same amount of time, over 500 years here in America. They both hated you and me.
That's right.
In the words of Officer Ishayar, they hate you, nigga, like they hate me too.
That's right.
Continue.
Khan. And the scorners delight in their scorning.
This goes out to all them natives, man, that thinks we trolls. That think that this is some joke.
Right.
How long will you delight in your scorning? How long will you delight, meaning how long will you be happy being stupid? You get what I mean? How long will you love making fun of the prophets?
Right.
That's what this is. This is prophetic right here. This is the real deal right here. Like I said, I can give you history, I can give you biblical, I can give you everything. I can give you the archaeology.
That's right.
You go right now and to cross the line on YouTube, you got the 4-hour 12 tribes breakdown by Captain Kaltazar.
That's right.
I guarantee you ain't gonna be able to dispute that. They're gonna be there watching him, right? Like, damn, this nigga Kariach, I hate him, man. He was right. You know what I mean? Gonna be calling me up like, hey, this Officer Kariach, you were right.
Right.
You know what I mean, man? Continue.
Khan. And fools hate knowledge.
How long will you fools hate knowledge? How long will you look at Lost Tribes in Promised Land, Black Indians, The View of the Hebrews? How long will you look at these books and be like, man, they ain't real. That ain't real. I don't believe that. How many times, like, you know how many times I showed archaeological proof, like the Lost Lunar Stone,
Right.
the ones out there in Puerto Rico, and they be like, man, they ain't real. That's fake. That's fake. Black Indians, is Black Indians fake? Like, come on, man.
Right.
Is all this historical and scientific information, is it just fake? You know why you want to know why you hate this knowledge? Because it ain't the white man's knowledge.
That's right.
This is pure black and brown authentic truth. That's it. That's why you got a problem with it. Because it goes against the way your oppressor has taught you to learn. Drop that, Mariah. We're going to get give me 1 John 4:20. This is what we got to realize, is that North American Indians, blacks and Hispanics, were family, were brothers, were sisters. You understand? Hard pill to swallow, I know. But that's what we are. We're family. The scriptures say this, that Israel is like a speckled bird. I mean, we come in various shapes, sizes, colors. You understand?
Right.
That's the nation of Israel. That what makes it so great. There's 12 tribes, man. You don't think the 12 tribes are going to have some flavor in it?
Right.
Like, damn, it'd be kind of boring if every tribe was exactly the same. You know what I mean? Like, like, how would you be a tribe then? You would just all just be one tribe. Just all be Judah. You know what people don't realize? The reason why there's Judah, Levi, Benjamin, Simeon, Gad, Reuben, you know, the reason why there's all these different tribes is because they all got their own flavor, their own style.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The Mexicans ain't, you know, Mexicans are similar to the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans, but they not Mexican, but they not Cuban or Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like Puerto Ricans, you know, they talk like Cubans, but they not Cubans. You know what I mean? They all got their own style. They all got their own swag. Black people look very similar to Haitians.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, they're related. You know, at the end of the day, the Haitians got their own style.
That's right.
The Jamaicans got their own style.
That's right.
The brothers out there in Trinidad got their own style. Who else?
Right.
You know, the brothers in El Salvador, all these nations, they live close together.
Right.
You know, all these tribes, they amongst one another, but they all got their own style, their own swag, the way they talk. Yeah,
right.
Then you got some niggas like South Park Mexican that's just a nigga, man.
Right.
He's just a Mexican nigga. I can't tell you about him. You know, he's weird, but I'm messing with y'all, man. But go ahead, give me that.
Khan, this is the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love the Most High, and hated his brother.
And what?
If a man say, I love the Most High, and hated his brother.
Now, that's what every black and Hispanic and Native American says, man. I love God. I love the Creator.
Right.
No matter what God you believe in, what Creator, we all say that. They be like, man, I don't know what God's out there, but I love Him. Or they be like, God knows my heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
They be like, oh man, the Creator, man, I love the Creator in all His ways. But you hate your brother, meaning another North American Indian, or if you're a North American Indian and you hate a black man, or you hate a Hispanic man, this is for you.
Right.
If you're a black man that hates a Hispanic man or North American Indian man, this is for you as well. Continue.
Khan, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
He is a what?
He is a liar.
So how you gonna say you love God, but then hate your brother? That's what the scripture is talking about. You're a liar. Because you can't love God and hate your brother. Because the Lord made your brother, man.
That's right.
Like Cain and Abel. When Cain killed Abel, he said, your brother cried unto me.
Right.
The blood of your brother cried unto me. And you know what Abel said? Man, I ain't my brother's keeper.
Right.
That was evil. In the UPK, we are our brother's keeper.
That's right.
I make sure my brothers are okay. And my brothers make sure I'm okay.
That's right.
That's why it kills me when I see fake Israelite groups letting their brothers get knocked out. I be like, I couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't let Mariah Yala get knocked out. So
Right.
like, I know Mariah Yala ain't gonna let nobody knock me out. You
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean? That's brotherhood.
That's right.
I know Mariah Yala ready to die for me. I'm ready to die for him. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
And the only time we argue is about who gonna bite the bullet. God
Right.
damn it.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? That damn right. Give it up for the Lord.
Damn right.
That's the only time we're gonna argue. That's the only time we're gonna have problems. You wanna know why? Because this is perfect brotherhood in this
That's
school.
right.
This is brother. If I got a problem with the brother, I'm gonna take him in the back and we're gonna talk it out.
Right.
He don't want to hear me. I'm gonna tell him to counsel.
That's right.
Let me stop. But that's what it's talking about, man. You can't say, "Oh, you love God and then hate your brother." That makes you a hypocrite and a liar.
Right.
The Lord made your brother right there to live and strive with you. If you're a North American Indian hating a black man, but you say you somehow love the Lord, you're a liar.
Right. Come. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love the Most High whom he hath not seen?
So let me tell you this. If you read it one more time.
Come. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen,
Right.
how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
Meaning if you can't even love, you can't love your brother that you see is struggling with you every day. For example, the Cherokee Nation, we have read about them, how they're over here, they want to disown the black members of the tribe.
Right.
You understand? They got Indian blood in them, but they're not going to claim them. That's hatred for your brother.
Right.
They're going through the same thing. They're native too.
That's right.
But just because they're dark skinned, they're not family. That's evil, man. And that's hating your brother. How are you going to hate them but say you love God?
Right.
Which gave them right there to you so you can take care of them. You got natives that are in a high place that don't give a damn about their brothers. They're living their life way farther than us. You know what I
Right.
mean? They let us die and starve on the reservation. How many native actors and singers and entertainers have come out of the reservations and haven't come back to the res
Right.
and build the res up just like the ghettos, just like the barrios? The niggas come up and just forget about us. Niggas come up, get them a white woman.
Right.
They're a plague that suffers us all as the plague of the lack of brotherhood.
That's right.
That's what we teach up in here. And here we teach brotherhood, the love that Christ had for his brothers.
That's right.
That's what Christ came and taught. He taught perfect brotherhood. What he said, love thy brother as you love thyself.
That's right.
That's the second greatest commandment. The first one, what? Love thy God with all thy mind, heart, and soul. Second one, love thy brother as you love yourself.
That's right.
Love him as he was you. You know why then? Then you wouldn't kick them out of your treaty, out of your nation. Why? Because they're too dark skinned?
Right.
Because they ain't real natives? Come on, man. But I guess what, Mariah? They're gonna accept them people talking about some, oh, I'm 224th Cherokee, man.
Right.
They're gonna accept them devils talking about some, I'm 118th Cherokee. You know, y'all better let me on this native council. They gonna accept them.
That's right.
And you're not gonna accept their dark skinned brothers. They got woolly hair and long woolly hair, even though you loved one another back
Right.
in this book called Black Indians,
That's right.
which all throughout history, man, you can find that the North, especially like I said, it blows my mind that it's the Cherokee. Because anyone that knows the Cherokee Nation, the Cherokee accepted black people
Right.
and loved them and brought them into their homes and bought. But the Cherokee, what I was trying to explain, Mariah, before you showed up, is that the Cherokee Nation bought slaves, right?
Right. Come.
And they gave them citizenship, meaning they made them equal to the Native Indians, and they were able to live amongst the tribe. They
Right.
were able to own land. They were able to have women. They were able to marry their own, a native sister.
Right.
That's brotherhood, man.
That's right.
That's what we did with one another. But now here we are in 2020 talking about some, nah, if you're a black Native Indian, you're not one of us.
Right.
It's wicked and it's hatred, man. And that's not what the Lord died. That's not what our Savior Christ died for, man. That's not why the Lord put this book on the earth for, man.
That's right.
Any more on that?
No, verse 21.
All right. You drop that. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Here's a commandment for the Lord that all North American Indians, blacks, and Hispanics, that we join together as one people.
That's right.
This isn't no game. You see right now with the coronavirus, people dropping like flies.
Right.
Donald Trump, man, give Donald Trump a hand. Let's not give Donald Trump a hand, because I was about to say, he's talking about he gonna blow up some Iranian boats, man. Most High Christ. I woke up this morning, I was happy. I was like, damn, Most High Christ.
Right.
Well, I told them World War III was coming back.
That's right.
They just forgot about it. They're like, oh, the coronavirus shit, we ain't got to worry about World War III. World War III gonna get back on, man.
That's right.
And it's amazing. You want to know why? Because the scriptures talk about Iran going to war with the U.S.
Right.
And Russia and China joining in. Y'all don't understand what's going on. It's biblical prophecy throughout the earth. And if you're a North American Indian, it's happening for you. It's happening so your salvation can come. It's coming so your king, Yahushua Mashiach, the man you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, can come down and save you.
That's right.
And it's happening before your eyes. And that's why you got to understand this book. This book ain't the book of your oppressor.
Right.
This book ain't some white book. This book ain't the book of the colonizer that is North fast. This book is the book of the North American Indian, of the black man, of the Hispanic man. And for you to realize that, you have to join to your brothers in the truth, man, which is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
You're a North American Indian, you watching this right now. You should be calling our hotline up like that.
That's right.
You should be calling us up non-stop. Continue.
Khan. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together.
What?
Gather yourselves together.
The scriptures say this: gather yourselves together. We want to know what that means? Join together. Just like we were in these maroon settlements, living together as one nation.
Right.
Guess what? Join together again. Join together. This time we're going to do it in the truth and in wisdom.
Right.
You understand? We're going to do it in great leadership. All them organizations, the Black Panthers, the Brown Berets, the Native American Indian movement, all of them have failed us.
Right.
ISUPK, we're not going to fail.
That's right.
We're non-stop. We in this. We zealous about this. We're going to go till our graves, till our bodies hit the grave, man.
That's right.
We're going to go like Christ taught us to go. Go to the end. Want to know what scripture? Want to know why? Scripture say this: he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Continue.
Khan. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
Oh, what?
O nation, not desired.
That's why you got to join together. Because Native American Indians, just like you're not desired, your black brothers aren't desired. The Hispanic man ain't desired.
Right.
Just like you got your children stolen from you, the Hispanics are getting their children stolen from them. Black people got their children stolen from them.
Right.
Just like you was sold on slave ships, the Hispanics were sold on slave ships. Black people were sold on slave ships. There's something they don't want you to know. Why? Because it's a tool to divide us. If we can't see the similarities with one another and see what unites us, we're going to be divided forever. Continue.
Khan. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. We must join together. You want to know why? Because World War III finna kick off.
That's right.
That's in the Bible. And World War III is going to bring the destruction of America.
That's right.
World War III is going to bring nuclear fire to the streets of America.
That's right.
Going to make America about 500 degrees, maybe a little more, about 1,000 million degrees. It's going to burn, man.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be something you want to live through. The fireball, man. You don't want to see missiles hitting the earth. You understand? You don't want to experience that death. So what you guys do before that decree is join on to your brothers. It's to stop hating the black man.
Right.
Stop hating the Hispanic man.
Right.
Stop hating the North American Indian man, no matter
Right.
what tribe you are. If you're a black, Hispanic, or North American Indian, you got beef with another black, Hispanic, or North American Indian, drop it now.
Right.
Scripture just said it. Join together as one nation. Own nation not desired. Continue.
Khan. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
The Lord gonna bring his anger down. Right now we in a grace period. The Lord is holding it back. He's like, Lord's like this. Lord's like this with a slap. He's like, man, you act right. But act right. If not, you gonna, ain't gonna be no slap though.
That's right.
It's gonna be nuclear fire.
That's
It's gonna
right.
be the coronavirus.
That's right.
That's why we dying from the coronavirus. They're saying blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians are number one dying from the coronavirus. You want to know why? Amos 3:1 says, "You only have I known from the families of the earth, and because of that, I will punish you." I'm paraphrasing, but he gonna punish us. You want to know why? Because he shows us, and we ain't acting right. The Lord's gonna let this pestilences and destruction come upon us.
Right.
Once North American Indians and black people and Hispanics join together, we in the game, man.
That's right.
But the most important thing is not only join together, but joining together in proper leadership. Give me Isaiah 9:16, all right? That's what we don't understand. Them leaders out there in the Cherokee Nation, man, they messing up. They messing up. The Navajo Nation, all these nations, so-called, I say, of course, because like I said before, y'all ain't really a nation. Y'all more like a boys club.
Right.
Y'all more like a club that the government is allowing you to live. You know what I mean? Because like I said, a reservation is nothing but reserved land that the government gives you. You don't think that the government, the so-called oppressor, is watching your politicians and your governors and these native councils? You don't think they got them in their pocket? Come on, man. You think they're gonna let the people that they beaten down for over 500 years have their own government,
Right.
have their own cities and political systems? You're a damn fool, man. It's all to their design. But the reason I'm saying that is because this scripture is going to go into heavily.
That's
Give
right.
it to me, bro.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
And then that it's like real from the top.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
Now, the leaders of the Navajo Nation, you want to know why so many are dying of the coronavirus? It's because their leaders are false, man. You got horrible leaders. You got Martin Luther King. You got Uncle Tomahawks.
Right.
You got Uncle Tomahawks that will never tell you to join together as a people. The North American Indians, you know what we should do that will make us stronger? The Navajos should join with the Cherokee.
Right.
The Apaches should join with the Blackfoot. All of us should create an alliance and join together. I'm not saying, oh yeah, we're connected, but we're not really united. I'm saying we join together as one whole Native nation.
That's right.
That's what's going to keep us safe. The Seminoles should be with us too. Well, all of us.
Right.
But you see, we're so divided that we'll never do that. Not only, and once we get the Native Americans all united, you know what we do next? Unite all black people.
That's right.
Then we unite together. Then we unite all the Hispanics, the
Right.
Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans. Bring them into this. The Salvadorians, Venezuelans. Bring them all into this. And guess what? We unstoppable.
That's right.
But guess what? Because our leaders cause us to err. Go ahead.
Khan. And they that are led of them are destroyed.
We are destroyed. We're killed. Punished. We're in a horrible state. The Navajo reservations, Cherokee reservation, all these reservations, all this land that we are on, that we're being led by these idiots in these tribal councils and
Right.
the tribalmen, is they don't have the knowledge and the information. They're in the pockets of our oppressors, and they aren't helping us by any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Well, you know who's ready to help? Commanding General Yohana.
Right.
Commanding General Yohana is ready to help the North American Indian
Right.
Reservation. Whether you're in New Mexico, New Hampshire, New York, Philadelphia, I don't care where you at. If you're a North American Indian, the Lord, Commander General Yohana is ready to help you.
Right.
The Lord sent, man, the ISUPK to help the North American Indian.
That's right.
This is your chance. This is where the North American Indian can live, man. Nowhere else in America except here. Any more on that, Mariah?
Nah, sorry.
Drop that. Give me Jeremiah. Do I want Jeremiah first? And give me Jeremiah 23 and 1. Jeremiah 23 and 1. What we gotta realize, man, this is nothing new. This is something that like the way you destroy people is not only divide and conquer them, but then you give them false leaders.
Right.
You understand? You give a nation of people that are being down and destroyed and oppressed. You give them false leadership, man. Oh man, they're yours. They're like putty in your hands. That's what they did with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Right.
They put a battery pack in their back so that they can lead black people into false ideologies and false religions, man. The same way they're doing with the North American Indians. You ever see a North American Indian pastor, man? They slaves.
Right.
House niggas, man. They believe in Christianity and Catholicism the same way, the same religion that enslaved and murdered you. This book didn't murder you.
Right.
This book, y'all, I know a lot of North American Indians, y'all got beef with this Bible. This Bible didn't do nothing to you. And guess what? Christianity did.
That's right.
Catholicism did. This book says that your oppressor is going to pay for all the crimes he's done against you. I can show it to you right now. I can show you that it said that North American Indians are going to reign this earth, man.
That's
I
right.
can show you Lost Tribes in Promised Land where the North American Indians said it out their own mouth.
That's right.
And we're going to reign this land for all of eternity with our Lord when he returns. That's what it says in Lost Tribes in Promised Land. Am I lying, Mariah? He read it with me, man.
That's right.
He's right there. He'd be there like, Mariah there like, damn, man, Most High Christ.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, give it to me, Mariah.
Khan. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
And the pastors, man, why I say pastors right here? Because pastors are supposed to be viewed as religious leaders.
Right.
Shepherds, if you would, that would lead the sheep. You know what I mean? That would lead the people. That's us here in America. North American Indians, black men, Hispanic men, your leaders are leading you to death. They scatter you. That's why the Cherokee Nation kicked out black people.
Right.
That's why they're taking a lot of their tribalship away. Why? Because they're black.
Right.
What's that got to do with anything? Like, oh, man, you look a little too Negro right here to be a Native Indian, man. And Mariah Allah could be a Native Indian for all I know.
That's right.
Want to know why? Because blacks and Native Indians joined together at one point.
Right.
They'll never teach you that. They never teach you that. No, they teach you complexion.
Right.
That's a slave mentality. Complexion. And they get a little chart and they say, man, you just a little too dark, man. Just a little too dark. Yeah, just look at the chart. They be there, man, you a little too dark, man.
Right.
I don't know, man. You don't look near to me, man. You know what I mean? That's idiotic.
That's right.
It's stupidity. You should go off your bloodline. You know what I mean? And even at the end of the day, let's say they are black. That's still your brother, dummy. Like, come on, man. Let's continue. It's like, what was I doing? Here we got to realize, North American Indians, black people, Hispanics, you've been divided and conquered here in America, and your leadership is false without a backbone. The only leadership you have left in this place is Commanding Johanna and Aisha.
Right.
Ain't no one else. Ain't no one else can do nothing for you. I'm telling you right now. Got places that spit good game, but not too many that gonna really do it. Give that to me, bro.
Khan. Saith the Most High. Verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away.
And because of that, they've scattered the flock. They scattered the flock. They've scattered us as a people. They've scattered the Israelites.
Right.
What the Cherokee Nation just did, the leaders. Again, I'm not saying the nation as a whole. I'm saying the leaders of the Cherokee. Y'all messed up.
That's right.
Y'all sold out. And you betrayed your brothers because they were a darker complexion.
Right.
Could they had Negro features. Me, I accept every one of them as my family.
That's right.
Wanna know why? Because we don't believe in division here in this school.
Right.
If you one of the tribesmen, if you a North American Indian, you're loved just as much as a black man.
That's right.
If you're a black man, you're loved just as much as a Hispanic.
Right.
It's a Native Indian. Don't worry about it, Mariah. You good.
Go.
Go ahead, read that for me.
Khan. And have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings.
It says you haven't visited them, meaning you haven't done nothing for them. But guess what? Lord's gonna visit you.
That's right.
You casted out these brothers because they were dark skinned, because they look Negro.
Right.
That's what Lord's gonna visit you, man. You better accept them back into your flock. You better stop causing division. Drop that, Mariah. Give me Isaiah 56 and 10. We don't understand, man. People, you're so simple in this place, man. If you really think that the North American Indians and black people are one people, you're a damn simpleton, man.
Right.
You're like I can't even explain enough. People want to talk about, for example, how do I put this for you? That the enslavement, Catholicism, Christianity, all of that, right?
Right.
That's what they gave you. They didn't give you this Bible. Matter of fact, let's get into Lost Tribes and Problems.
right.
I've been holding back on it. This the ammunition right here. Right here, this all BB ammo. No, this all, 45s, 9mm, that's all that. This is a big deal right here.
That's right.
That's that armor piercing. Let me get that, man. They think we novices, man.
Right.
And the reason I say that is because people don't study. Niggas don't study. Niggas don't like to read. They want to talk about, this isn't what we used to do in the time before. Well, I'm going to show you like this. And blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians, you worship the God of Israel.
That's right.
And you acknowledge Jesus Christ as your Lord, man, as your King, as the King of Kings, and you recognize yourself as royalty.
That's right.
People that be so damn simple, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, people make me stressed, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, Mariala's gonna hold that for me. No, matter of fact, give me that first. Give me that first.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10. His watchmen are blind.
His what?
His watchmen are blind.
His watchmen are blind. These are all your native pastors.
Right.
These are all your Native American spiritual leaders, all your Native American politicians,
Right.
political leaders, all of them. They all are blind. They're dumb dogs. They can't do nothing for you.
Right.
You want to know why? Because they got their pockets filled up with the oppressor's money.
Right.
You want to know why? Because they're blinded by his ways and his thinking. Read.
Come. They are all ignorant.
They're what?
They are all ignorant.
And because of that, you're ignorant as well. Because they tell you not to love your black brothers, you don't love your black brothers.
Right.
Because they tell you that there's no way we can't be Israelites, but they have no proof, God damn it.
Right.
They want to talk about we came from a land bridge, but you got no proof we came from a land bridge.
Right.
Show me the piece of Asian history that we have. Come on, show me. Show me when we were speaking Chinese.
Right.
Show me something like that. God damn, I can show you where we could speak Hebrew.
That's right.
I can show you archaeology, records, everything. I can show you what the North American Indians gave the Jewish credo. I'm about to show it to you. Continue.
Come. They're all dumb dogs.
They're what?
They're all dumb dogs.
They're what?
They're all dumb dogs.
Imagine a dog, but it's dumb.
Right.
What's a dog supposed to do? When an intruder comes to your door, it's supposed to bark.
Right.
It's supposed to bark. You know what I mean? It's supposed to let you know, hey, there's trouble. But guess what? Ours don't. Our
Right.
leaders are dumb dogs. So it's joining to the intruder.
Right.
These oppressors are seeking to do us harm. And they're like, you know what, man? I'm coming. Come on to our reservation. Steal
Right.
more of our systems. Build pipelines.
Right.
Go ahead, kill us for our land. You just saw out there in Canada. You want to know why Canada? They was just killing all North American Indians, man, to build another pipeline out there in Canada. Guess what? There was a mass shooting out there in Canada. Can't tell me that's not the Lord right
That's
there.
right.
Lord's bringing judgment onto this place. For you, North American Indian. For you, Hispanic man. For you, black man. Continue.
Right. Come. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
They love to slumber. They love to be asleep, man. Here in the ISUBK, we ain't sleep. We're awake 24/7
That's right.
doing this work. Joining North American Indians and blacks and Hispanics as one people, man. Because if we don't join together, we're done for.
Right.
We're dead. Any more on that, Murray?
Come.
Boy.
It's like in verse 11. Yeah. They are greedy dogs.
Oh, they greedy. You already know. They're ready to steal. If I had a dollar for every time a brother was telling me, yeah, the Native Council, they stealing our money again. Or there've been some problems with them taking money. There've been some money with the Native Councils taking our money.
Right.
They're greedy dogs. They'll take all the money you'll give them. They take everything.
Right.
But guess what? When it's time for the Reds to need help, you can't find them. Just like your Christian pastors. When the time comes, you pay your tithes, your 10%, all that. But when the time when you really need them, like the coronavirus,
Right.
ain't nowhere to be found.
Right.
But guess what? The ISUPK is still here.
Damn right.
Classes being held 7 days a week.
Right.
Damn it. We still here.
Right.
Our services are still up. When you need counseling, we still got counseling.
Right.
When you need GED program, we still got a GED program. Food drives.
Right.
Clothing drives. Come on, man. We still out here.
That's right.
But your pastor, he's sitting up in this church scared. Your native councilman, they sitting up in they crib with all their money that they stole from us. Continue.
Come. Which can never have enough.
Which what?
Which can never have enough.
And they can't get enough, man. They eating like dogs. The man
Right.
like a dog stuffing his face in a damn bowl.
Right.
They can't have enough. They'll steal and steal and steal from us, man. Wonder why? Because they give them damn more about their oppressors' wealth and money than their own brothers. What Matthew 16 says. It says this: how good is it for a man to gain the whole world, but to lose his only soul?
Right.
Continue.
Come. And they are shepherds that cannot understand.
They're what?
And they are shepherds that cannot understand.
You bring them this research, man. You bring them this history that we found in the Israelite School of EPK since 1969.
Right.
They can't understand. They say, "What? We're Israelites? 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 Oh man, you going off there, bro? I was with you for a second, but I don't know about now. You know, he's saying something I can't really get along with.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they don't got the knowledge to understand. You wanna know why? Because the natives are from the straight res, man. They're
Right.
straight from the gutter. They're meant to understand. They're who Christ called. Just like he called the ones from the ghettos and the barrios, he's calling the ones from the res.
That's right.
He's calling the ones from the Navajo Nation. They ain't got no clean water.
Right.
They're dying from the coronavirus, and they leaders just watch them die and suffer. That's who he's calling. He's calling for the Cherokees that are being abandoned from their nation because they dark skinned,
Right.
because they Negroes. That's who Christ is calling. He ain't calling up them councilmen that are greedy dogs and are just laying their people to suffer and die.
Right.
No, Commander J. Hunter's here for the North American Indian.
That's
for
right.
every single reservation.
That's right.
From north to south, east to west, I don't give a damn, man. We here for you. But the first tribes will be united once again, and it's going to be under a black man named Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Continue.
Kamaka. They all look to their own way.
They all look to their what?
To their own way.
Meaning they all have their own agenda. They don't have the agenda of uniting the people. They have an agenda. Like I said, we've been here in America for how long? How come tribes haven't joined to one another?
Right.
How come we say as North American Indians, you know what, man? At the end of the day, a Cherokee and a Pueblo is the same thing.
Right.
At the end of the day, an Apache and a Blackfoot, the same thing. Why don't we join together?
That's right.
We're all natives, aren't we? Wanna know why? Because it's a plan to divide us. That's why the Cherokee kicked out these brothers that were black.
Right.
Because this is a plan to divide us. They all seek their own agendas and not the agendas of the Creator, of the Lord, of the Most High Power.
Right.
Go ahead.
Kamaka. Everyone for his gain.
Everyone?
Everyone for his gain.
Everyone got their own game going on. Everyone got their own deal, whether they want to make money, be popular, be famous, but they ain't going to do it for the res.
Right.
That's the point. They all got their own agenda that's not for the reservation. Continue.
Kamaka. From his quarter.
That's it on that?
Kamaka.
All right, now we're going to go to Lost Tribes of Promised Land. Y'all follow with me, man. Follow with me. We're going to
Right.
go back in time because people keep saying, Mariah, like we dumb.
Right.
This is Lost Tribes of Promised Land, page 364. You ever seen this book before? I highly recommend you buy it. It used to be about $1,000 last year.
Wow.
Last year, this book used to be $1,000, $300 because of the breakdowns we started doing on this. And your president started being like, you know what, man, these niggas know too much.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I know what
It
kind.
talks about how the Pope
Right.
and the Catholic Church and all these people knew that the North American Indians and the Hispanics were the Israelites, man. It talks about that. It talks about how Christopher Columbus came here to enslave them and how the way he knew to find America was from the Bible.
That's right.
And that he knew that the North American Indians and the Hispanics here in America, that they were the lost tribes, man.
That's right.
And more importantly, they kept this from you. Let's read, man. Actually, you read from me, bro. I was like, what am I reading? No offense. Let's start at start right here. Right. The final paragraph.
Kamaka. This is the book of Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, page 364. They were willing to make an exception in the near future. However, on account of their need for education,
It's like read second paragraph. Read second paragraph. No, below. Right there. Read right there.
Kamaka. Lost Tribes and Promised Lands 364. It's like the two men were soon back in the rugged mountains.
Now let me give you a little background on this. We ain't got much time, so I'm just gonna give you a brief rundown. So these Spaniards, right? They brought onto Florida, if I remember correctly. Florida with the Seminole Indians, and they were brought up on this river, right? And two men were coming on this river from this boat, and the guide that they had saw them coming. Continue.
Kamaka. In which Francisco had made his initial revelation, marching relentlessly for a week before they finally came to a halt. it was a Saturday. Montezinos makes us a point of telling us that they had come to a river larger than the Duero. Are there echoes of the Sabbatarian in all of this? Here, Francisco announced Israeli brothers will be seen, waving a banner high in the air.
This is talking about them seeing that the North American. Think about like a joint.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're meeting one. The Spaniards came here, Francisco and I can't remember the other devil's name, but Francisco, he came here. He was sent on a mission from the Pope to come to the Americas and discover the lost tribes over here. Continue.
Right. The Indian guide soon was greeted by a puff of smoke far beyond the bank of the river.
Go ahead.
In response to his signal, the two men waited. Eventually, a canoe appeared, bearing 3 men and a woman, all of them Indians, to the place where Francisco and Montezinos were standing at the water's edge.
So pay attention to this. He said all of them on the canoe were Indians. Go ahead.
The woman got off and spoke to Francisco in an Indian tongue.
In an Indian tongue. Meaning this is their native tongue.
Right.
See what they said.
The Montezinos could not understand. Although he could perceive that he was being identified in the conversation. She then turned to her male companions to explain the situation. Upon hearing her words, they rose, went over to Montezinos, and to utter his astonishment, said, Shema.
Let me translate it for you. It says, Shema Yasha Allah Allah Hayana Yahweh Achad. That's what it says. It's ancient Hebrew right there. You see, let me borrow that for a second, bro. It says that right there. Now, of course, it's in the broken Hebrew, meaning our oppressor's Hebrew, you know, because he speaks Yiddish, that Shalom, Yahya, all that other nonsense, man.
Right.
Yahweh, that ain't real Hebrew. The original Hebrew, you can hear what the North American Indians and the Hispanics talk.
That's right.
You want to know why they consider Mexican Spanish and Puerto Rican Spanish not real Spanish? Because they have mix of the Hebrew language in their Spanish. It says right there, Shema Yasha Allah Lahaina Hawa Achad, which means what? Go back where we left off. What it mean, bro?
Hear, O Israel.
It says what? It means what?
Hear, O Israel.
It means what?
Hear, O Israel.
Hear, O Israel. Go ahead.
The Lord our God, the Lord is one.
It said this. Why would they be speaking Hebrew if they ain't Israelites, bro?
Right.
Come on, like, I'm trying to make sense of this, cause what I've been told since I've been a young little native lad, is that I come from the land bridge, and the land bridge comes from Asia, and we descend from the Asians.
Right.
But that don't make no sense because we just spoke Hebrew.
Right.
Continue.
They have recited in Hebrew the fundamental credo of Judaism.
They said the Jewish credo. That's like our slogan, just like here in UPK is no cowards, no excuses.
Right.
That was the credo of Israel. You mean when you see your brothers, that's in Exodus, if I believe. Hear, O Israel, our God in heaven is one. He says, Shema Yasha Allah Lahaina Hawa Achad, man. It's the ancient Hebrew that we teach right here, man. Lashon Kodash every Friday. We speak that.
Right.
You know, Mariah. You know that all these artifacts, all this proof that we have, you know, it's nothing. Skip to the top up here.
His ancestors, to their eternal shame, had indeed made war on them and persecuted them. Only the sorcerers of his tribe had perceived that they were a special people.
Now, it said this, that they perceived it as a special people, meaning the sorcerers, meaning the prophets. They had prophets in their tribe. Continue. They perceived that they're a special people. You go read Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says that you are a special people unto the Lord thy God.
Right.
Continue.
And had given warning that they should be left alone.
And they gave warning that they should be left alone. That's what holy means.
Right.
Holy means to be separate.
That's right.
Meaning you coming on to us, this is when the Spaniards and the Europeans tried joining to the North American Indians. And he gave them this one. He's saying, nah, our ancestors, our prophets, they said we should be left alone. You wanna know why? Because they knew back then separation is a must.
Right.
There's if we joined to America, America would have us destroyed. Then what did that scripture we read in Psalms 83, what it say? That they confederate against us.
Right.
That the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. That's exactly what happened.
Right.
That's why they said we should be left alone. You tell them Spaniards, leave us alone.
Right.
Go on over there with that nonsense. We ain't talking to them. Continue.
Khan, the God of these children of Israel,
Of who?
of Israel,
Of who?
of Israel,
Oh man, Mariah, we ain't no Israelites.
right.
Of Israel, go ahead.
Khan is the true God.
Is what?
Is the true God.
No man, Allah the true God. God of Israel.
The God of Israel,
Is the true God. That's something powerful. Continue,
right.
Mariah.
Khan. They had said, and everything inscribed on their tables is true.
Everything inscribed on their tablets. The Lost Lunar Stone, the Michigan Stone.
Right.
What were the Back Creek Stone? All them stones out there in Puerto Rico, like I just said.
Right.
All of them that was inscribed in the tablets. The Lost Lunar Stone is the most ancient artifact in ancient Hebrew that you can find. That is the 10 Commandments in
Right.
Hebrew, found in New Mexico. Guess what? Where Native Indians dwell.
Right.
Come on, man. Continue.
Khan. At the end of days, like they will be lords of all the nations of the earth.
Read it one more time. Read that part again.
Khan. At the end of days.
At the end of days. You know what we are in right now? We're at the end of days.
Right.
This is the beginning of America's fall. You understand? With the coronavirus, World
Right.
War III, the stock economy going down. You see that oil is going to damn near nothing right now. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful time
That's right.
to be a nigga right now.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? It says in the end of days, what?
They will be lords.
They will what?
They will be lords.
They will be what?
They will be lords
They will be lords. Go ahead.
of all the nations.
Of all the nations. Meaning when Christ comes back, that's in Matthew, ain't it? When Christ said unto his disciples, you're going to rule on 12 thrones with me.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Khan of the earth.
Over all the earth. Then when Christ comes back, every North American, Indian, black, and Hispanic man, you are going to be ruling.
That's right.
You going to be in power. After all the murder, downtrodden, slaughtering, and colonization they done to us, I got good news for you. When Christ comes back, you going to rule the earth, man.
That's right.
And that's beautiful. Damn
That's
right.
right.
I can tell you how why y'all shot. That's the gospel right there.
That's right.
You know, we want to talk about the gospel. That's the gospel. That's the good news. And guess what? We can get it for them in the Bible.
Right.
Give me Revelations 1. Book of Revelations, the first chapter, man. They don't think we study, right?
Right.
They don't study. That's the problem. That's the problem. If you're a North American Indian, you need to get in these classes ASAP. You understand?
right.
You know what? If you don't, you're gonna end up with the same mistake that we've been doing for over 500 years.
Right.
And that's that we've been excluding our brothers instead of including them. I'm a North American Indian, and every black and Hispanic is my brother.
That's right.
And every North American Indian that looks even a bit of Negro is my brother as well. You understand?
That's right.
What do I want? Give me Revelations 1 verse 6.
Khan. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Khan, and had made us kings and priests unto God and his Father.
Go ahead.
Khan, to him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
It's like, that's not what I want. Give me, what do I want? That's a good one. That's a good one. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good one because it talks about when Christ comes back, we're being made kings, man. We're being made a nation of kings and priests. Give me Isaiah 14 and 1. We're gonna end it there. North American Indians, man, it's time to accept the truth. You an Israelite. It's okay to be an Israelite, man.
Right.
Yeah, I love being an Israelite. You want to know why?
right.
That means I'm the greatest people walking. Like, I knew that already. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I looked at the North American Indian, man, and all the downtrodden and suffering we've been through. And then you see the flavor they got.
Right.
The power they keep going on. Man, you say, God damn, man, there's something amazing about us. that we can suffer all that suffering and still be the best at everything.
That's right.
And our oppressors the reason they want to be us so bad, our oppressors, and they be like, I'm 164th Cherokee, I'm 184th Navajo, you know?
Right.
The reason they're like that is because they want to be us so bad. Because they can't go through your struggle and
Right.
what you've been through. They would have died. If they would have went through what we've been through, man, our oppressor would have been done for.
That's right.
That's why they what's the word I'm looking for? They set us on such a high standard as North American Indians.
Right.
You know, some oppressors look at you and be like, "You're a Native Indian? Oh my God!" They do me like that, Mariah. They be there. I'll be there at the store checking something out. They be like, "Your hair? Are you a Native American?"
I want God.
I am with that. Yeah, I am. You're like, "Oh my God, so amazing." You wanna know why? Because they couldn't kill me.
Right.
They couldn't kill me. They couldn't kill us off.
That's right.
There came a time when they damn near wiped out over 80 million North American Indians
Right.
to conquer this land.
Right.
Guess what? They ain't wiped me out.
That's right.
They ain't wiped my brothers and sisters out. We still here.
Right.
The tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben, still going strong, man.
That's
Continue.
right. Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on
You
Jacob.
were what?
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Who's Jacob? The Israelites, the blacks,
Right.
Hispanics, and North American Indians. Continue.
Khan. And will yet choose Israel.
And he's gonna choose us over all the nations, over the oppressor, over the Europeans,
Right.
over the Chinese, over the Japanese, over the Arabs. He gonna choose us. Continue.
Khan. And set them in their own land.
And he's gonna put us back in Israel, in which they stole us from. Let this noise pass. Good Lord. That night, Lord be with them. But he gonna set us back in our land that we were stolen from, man. That the Israelites, that the reason we came here as North American Indians and Hispanics is to escape the Assyrian
Right.
and the Assyrian Empire, man. Continue.
Khan. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Oh man, this sounds good, don't it, Mariah? The
Come
strangers are gonna be joined with us. That means the heathen nations, Europeans, Japanese, all
Right.
that I just mentioned, they're gonna be joined to us. Go ahead.
Khan. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And they're gonna cleave to us. Gonna lick the straps of our bosoms, God damn it.
That's right.
Continue.
Khan. Verse 2.
The same way we cleave to them here in America. Something right now, the reservations are going to hell thanks to this coronavirus.
Right.
Guess what? Who we're looking salvation for? Our oppressor. The same way we're doing that today, they're gonna look at us like that. Go ahead.
Khan. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
And what?
And bring them to their place.
And bring them to their place. They're gonna be brought and put in their place, man. You know what that means? You're gonna be set up high. They're gonna be on the bottom.
That's right.
What's gonna happen when Christ comes back. Continue.
Khan. And the house of Israel shall possess them.
And the house of Israel is gonna possess them. You know what that means? Or we just read in Black Indians. You're gonna be lords over all the nations.
That's right.
Over all the earth. You're gonna have control, man. You're gonna have power. That's the gospel, right?
That's right.
That's the good news. Is that the niggas, spicks, and wetbacks and savages that have been beat down for over 500 generations, guess what? You're gonna be uplifted, man.
That's right.
You're gonna be saved from your oppression. Any more on that, Mariah?
Khan.
Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
But do we gotta keep going?
Khan.
Keep going, man. Mariah, y'all feel like cutting y'all today. Let's keep
Khan.
going.
That's right. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Oh, good night. We had to continue. Most High
right.
Christ with Mariah.
That's right.
You were captives under our oppressors to this day. You still ain't captives.
Right.
The fact that you're living on a reservation, which is reserved land, I don't know how many times I gotta say to get through your skull,
Right.
which is reserved land. When Christ comes back, they're gonna live on your reserved land.
Right.
Which means you're gonna have a little spot for them with a little newspaper and say, you know what, Mr. European man, I know what you did. You know, I'm gonna do you better. Here's the newspaper. I'm gonna feed you about 2 times a day. I don't want
Right.
you to die. It's gonna be some bones. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna be some chicken bones.
Right.
Just like you did me. You know, and if I see you move from this hut, I'm shooting you on sight. Just like you did us.
That's right.
Continue. Any more on that?
Khan. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
They shall what?
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Once Christ comes back, you're gonna rule over your oppressors, man. That's
right.
Give it up for the Lord. You're gonna rule over those that have been downtrodden and murdering you for centuries, man.
Right.
That's the gospel.
That's right.
That's what Christ came and preached. Where he said the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's
Guess
right.
what? It's at hand. So that's why every North American, Indian, Black, and Hispanic got to get in the Israelite school of UPK under commanding Johanna. You got to stop sinning. You got to stop smoking. You got to stop getting high.
Right.
You got to unite as one people, man. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class to Priest and Officer Mariah. Just read the announcements if you could.
Come. We had an Israelite school, a universal practical knowledge, rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they have off limits for 6 months. They have to shade themselves of the world. It's like they have to be suited only. They have to shade themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There was another 6 months in which the brother and sister would court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister would get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10th of every penny of any increase from the Lord, it's like that the Lord gives you. Give to the church's department, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upon the convocations,
51st Passover.
the 51st annual Passover, we're still going to have it, but we're going to wait on a command from Commander General Yohana until further notice. Now, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start to wear all black, boots, shirts, pants, hairband, and scarf. Like that,